So, yes, I have a second one. Since it's kinda late in the season, I prefer to do very light root work. Just expose the lower part of the trunk and the nebari that are usually hidden deep under lots of soil in the nursery pot. But of course, my plan of light rootwork went south fast when I saw this clump of hard clay that had almost zero roots passing through. So I'll have to bare root the tree. I am not washing the roots like we do in maples. I just keep them wet to minimize the shock of bare rooting a grown old tree. Now back to work. At this point I see a great number of fine roots coming from the nebari, so I know I can remove safely some of the lower thick roots. More will be removed in the next repotting in 2 years. In order to train a great spreading nebari, I decided to make a white wooden box for the tree. The mound I'm creating will eventually become part of the lower trunk as the roots thicken. To protect the nebari from drying out in the summer, I'll cover it with some moss. As for the styling, I decided something that will be controversial for many people. Looking the tree multiple times daily for the past 3 weeks, I can't stop thinking about one of the most well-known trees in the world, the white pine that survived the atomic bomb. So I'm going to design this tree with that white pine in mind. More than 3 weeks after bare rooting this tree, and it's quite visible that there is very high pressure of sap flowing out of the wounds, evident of the roots working perfectly. So the tree is not just safe, but rather fully functional. Here is the tree after basic pruning before wiring. I've left more foliage than necessary, not following the rule of two per node, as I believe that more foliage accelerates the development of the plant. I can always remove more foliage later, in the next years, before inverse taper can settle in. Of course, in the course of this styling, foliage that cannot be implemented in the design will be removed. On the higher branches, I am removing 2-year-old needles while I left the lower branches untouched, so that I start balancing the energy of the tree. While the bottom half is already styled, I wire everything on the top before I set them all at once. I've decided on this front for now, even though in person I can see many other good options. This front gives me a nice flare on the very bottom of the trunk. To be completely honest, I am not satisfied with the result, but I've got lots of time to think this through and make some nuanced, more intriguing decisions. Thank you for your time.